find out where you are, either from a GPS if it's got that built in, or from a mobile phone tower coordinates if it doesn't. And if you've ever used something like Google Maps on a phone, you will see that done. And you do get geolocation on things like Twitter and Facebook, and it's interesting to know that you may happen to be in the city district of Leeds, but it's not very useful. So I was thinking, you don't know somewhere very well, you're out somewhere, what street am I on, what's the nearest bus stop, just as an example. And I decided to have a play with that, see what I could do with this. And what I've got is this little application called Find Me. It also works in Firefox 3.5 if it's connected by wireless, where it gets your coordinates in GPS, longitude, latitude, but they aren't very useful on their own. You really need something like a street address or a postcode. So I got some data from the Ordnance Survey, a list of streets, a list of postcodes. And I had to do some processing on them because it was Ordnance Survey coordinates rather than longitude and latitude. And from there I was able to build a database that maps the GPS coordinates to where things like something useful like a street name. So you go to your web browser on the phone or in Firefox as we've got here. It displays a little Google map of where you are with an arrow, and there's also an update location link so that if you've moved you can do that easily. And it returns the top 5 postcodes, the top 5 addresses to wherever it is that you happen to be. And just as an example, because I use public transport a lot, it's useful to know where the nearest bus stop is. And if you've ever used the West Yorkshire Metro next bus service, it uses that. And that passes the postcode over to Metro, which then returns a list of local bus stops, how far away they are, what services leave from there. And you can click on one of them and find out when the next bus leaves. And the advantage of doing it this way, if you do it through Metro, you've got to know the stop number. But if you do it this way, you just go to a phone, click on a couple of links, and it all brings it up for you. You don't need to enter any numbers. And this is kind of a proof of concept that once you've got your location, what can you do with it? You can find the next bus, but there's a lot more data out there, like you can find where the nearest post box is if you wanted to.
30 seconds?
Won't be much longer. So, like I say, it's proof of concept for something that's actually useful geolocation service, rather than just nice to know. And especially if it... And another addition I've got to this is that you can give it a postcode, if I've got time to do that. So, just for example, somewhere in Hebden Bridge, the junior school there, because that's just a postcode I happen to remember. And you don't actually need to be at the bus stop to find out when the next bus is. So if it's a 5-minute walk to the next one, or half an hour walk to another one somewhere else, then you can decide what's best. And I'm out of time there, so thank you.